Okay. Yo.
What's up? It's Circuit Week.
Circuit Week. Get your umbrellas and rain boots.
Rain boots.
Yeah, I don't like wet feet. That bothers me real bad.
Well, like 2 years ago, there were ridiculous winds and a big torrential downpour and hail that hit when it was in when we were going to like Arkansas.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember. Yep.
Remember that?
Oh.
Got to Arkansas and he mysteriously sold out of hoodies because it was like everybody was prepped up for t-shirt weather, and it was that morning, and then that evening it was cold AF.
I'm just kidding. I'm trying to do the reverse psychology on Mother Nature so she'll keep that crap away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's going to be fine no matter what. It's going to be good.
Last year was super good weather-wise.
Windy.
It was windy, yeah.
Yeah, I wore a hoodie the whole time last year.
Yeah. I mean,
good.
I switched back and forth between hoodie and sleeveless.
Well, you had to when you were racing, though. Yeah. You're not going to wear a hoodie when you race. That's silly.
That reminds me. I have to take pants in case I decide to make a pass.
Yeah. Bring some pants.
Yep. Is it cold where you guys are at? It's cold here.
Yeah, I got the heater on.
I don't have the heater on. It's pretty insulated in here, so I'm good. T-shirt.
It was like 68, so I just kicked it up to 70.
Just knocked the nip out of the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Somebody got me sidetracked, so I've been sitting here at the computer for like 2 hours.
You've been reading or going through data logs?
Yeah.
I told you were going to do it.
Yeah.
Hey, you're just reading all that junk, not knowing what the hell any of it means.
I don't know what I'm even looking at.
I mean, you know what you're looking at.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't know, like, is that, I mean, we have an idea of what's right and what's wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like, we're not idiots.
Yeah.
But we're also not tuners. So,
right.
Is this something to worry about, or is this okay? That's what I think the whole time I'm looking at data logs.
Honestly, there was a couple of them that were just me driving, and it was wild because I could tell, because I knew where I did a big old burnout, and evidently went, because I got it set up to data log anytime I hit 90% throttle. Apparently during that burnout, I got crazy and went over 90% throttle for just a second. And then, but then after that, you could tell where I would turn. And when I was driving, it was pretty crazy. You could map out the route by the RPM. Huh? It was it was really pretty cool.
Yeah.
Never been able to do anything like that.
And that's why there's so many sensors and stuff to tell this information. If anything gets out of the parameter, it'll make the car run like crap. Like you said before, carburetors don't care.
Carburetors don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. Oh, you're running fat? Cool. Keep on going.
Yeah.
Keep on going.
I'm not even going to tell you that.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you. You'll know from the exhaust.
So, no, I pretty much looked at all of them, though, to make sure that I could see what the coolant temperature was doing and what the oil pressure was doing.
Yeah.
You don't want the temperature to be getting hot while you're doing that, or it starts pulling timing over like 210. It starts pulling 3 degrees over 220. It starts pulling like another 6 degrees, or
you can't run a PB. Degrees. You can't run a PB like that.
Yeah, you got to be cool.
Wow.
That and oil pressure, just looking at that business.
Yeah. It's important.
I don't know because I never data logged the aforementioned lack of sensors. But I really think that the Schaefer's, when I had that oil in the car, it was better oil pressure all the time. Bo's got the big ones.
Bo's got the big bottles. I need NOS. Make it 2. All right. Let's see here. Stoney's checking in.
There's a reason these are here tonight.
There's a reason those are here tonight.
We are now sponsored by NOS. No, just joking.
Yeah.
We're not at all.
We're not.
No.
What's up, Chad?
What's up, Chad?
NOS is just the probably like the premier secondhand market nitrous system.
So, quick story. Yeah, quick story. The reason I have an NOS kit, a guy local to me had a brand new, like 7-year-old nitrous kit that he never opened. And I got it for really cheap, like a $700 nitrous kit for like $200.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It was still in the I mean, it was never been opened, but it was brand new. So I was like, yeah, $200, that's the deal. And then I picked up an extra bottle from Barron's. Yeah, that's why. No real reason for that brand. I'll use any.
Yeah.
So Doherty's been running data logs. Doherty's been tuning on his car. Bo, your car's not in your shop.
No, it's right there.
What are we doing on that?
Just hanging out. Hasn't seen Mike Honcho for a while. You get Tushka and Mike Honcho together, things happen.
They like hanging out together.
Yeah.
Hot rods are like dogs. They're happier if there's one, if they have a friend.
Aaron says, I feel like I'm sponsored. Put that up. Yeah. Yeah.
Voodoo Cadillac's back.
That's funny. Ask Sean and Jimmy about that deal. They'll tell you.
It's a headache waiting to happen.
No, the car's over there because John just got a better facility to do what I need to be doing for the next month or so. So we're gonna finish up the tub for the fuel cell and fuel system and all whatever needs to be done. Get it put together.
We're gonna get the second fuel tank mounted. Get a tub made for it to recess into the floor. Mount that second fuel tank.
The lid.
Rear mount for the battery. Get everything tidied up back there.
Yep.
Run some fuel lines. Run some power.
Hopefully, by the time we get done doing what we're doing, my motor will be ready to pick up.
Wink, wink.
But if not, there is I think we learned on the last show. I learned along with everybody else that John has got a plan in place for me. So
yeah, we get all that stuff done, and the big motor is not ready. We're gonna slap another motor in it and prove out all the fuel system and prove out all the stuff's working. And
yep.
More of a cruise night motor than a making licks motor, but down to clown. And then everything will be proven. We can just switch change-o when the big motor gets done
and done. And then rolling burnouts.
And then rolling burnouts for days.
Yeah.
Well, let's clarify rumor number 1. The Fairlane, in fact, does not have nitrous.
No, that was originally the plan, though.
That was originally the plan.
Plan changed.
Yeah.
So
the plan did change. So now it's rolling a Phytech, and it's the old Phytech we pulled off of the Nova. It's learning as we speak. It's in capable hands, and hopefully Bo takes it out for a spin sometime this week.
So when the Phytech gets dialed in, it's going to be like a 50 shot.
Yes.
So it'll be good.
It's already way better. It already runs really well. And, just a little tuning here and there, and it's going to be good.
Yeah.
The Fro Rider does not need a turbo. We've already discussed that this week.
I mean, everything needs something.
Yeah. It needs something for sure. Maybe a turbo is what it needs.
Turbo would work. Devin's got a turbo kit. I'm telling you.
It feels serendipitous. I feel like we should just do that.
Yeah.
There's no way it's going to fit my car.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. There's more. Yeah. We'll be fine. It'll work.
The headers won't even bolt on. I'll guarantee you.
Agree to disagree.
For a 5.0, you got more room.
No, I do not.
All right. So sounds like it's challenging us to prove it.
I
No.
need to get the Malibu emblems made for my car.
Yes, we do.
I will put those on. Anyway,
agreed. So this week is the circuit.
Yeah.
If you missed it.
Woo! Look at that sexy critter.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. Bo will not be taking the wagon, but it is still a beautiful car and makes all of us happy.
Instead.
That's funny.
You just crudely pasted a picture of your car over my car.
No, I was there the whole time.
Oh.
I was there the whole time.
Hey, you remember that one time at that one Drag and Drive event that I didn't make a checkpoint? So I crudely pasted a picture of my wagon into a picture somebody else took in the background to prove that I was there. Yeah, that was awesome.
It was good.
It passed.
It was very good.
It worked.
Well, it sucks because like you were like pretty much there.
It does suck because I have driven back to oh yeah, we were supposed to take a picture, and then boom, you lost a whole hour.
But here's the deal: you're competitive. You normally are on the podium. I went a 13.0 one day and a 11.70 the next. You know what I mean? Like I'm out at that point. I'm out. So. Because I refuse to go make a slow pass.
I'm not going to tell you who it was, but somebody sent me a message about he's got a nitrous plate system that'll probably work perfectly fine with that Phytech.
Yeah, I have one too.
It's right there.
The Phytech itself won't
come. You gotta shoot. It's got to be a wet kit for the Phytech.
Which I have. I've got a wet kit and a standalone fuel system that would work.
Yeah.
You can't, but that Phytech, that series won't. You can't. It's not. It won't pull timing when you turn the nitrous on and all that stuff. It will, But whatever, you can make it work.
It's true.
We're not going to do that though. We're just going to make it through the event and not kill your AOD.
I mean, I think it'll be fine.
You've had some training problems in the past.
I've had problems in the past. You're not wrong. I feel like that's phrasing.
Phrasing. You watch Archer too. Thank you. Okay.
Oh goodness. All right. Let's see here. What are we talking about tonight?
Oh,
Choose your weapon.
Here's the ground rules. Let's just say you have a 3,500-pound street car making 400 horsepower. Drag and drive deal. You want to step it up.
Yeah, what are you going to put on it?
What are you going with? And let's keep it in a realistic budget. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That got really hard really fast because so it's yeah. Roll on.
Okay. For obvious reasons, because I'm doing the nitrous thing right now. Even though I have had a Vortec, I've had a Roots blow, stock Roots blower on the Lightning, and then I've had turbo on my old Mustang. I've kind of done this. A little bit of all of it. Now, I'm not good at any of it, but I've experienced all these kinds of things, right? But because I'm currently running nitrous and I had 2 nitrous bottles for staging purposes, I chose to take nitrous's side today.
Yeah.
So
I will be taking the Supercharger.
Oh,
I'm stuck with stinking turbos.
Oh goodness. Kyle is running roots but prefers a turbo. He will be at the
Nice.
circuit as well with a gasser. So where do we want to start?
huh?
Where do we want to start? Who wants to begin this?
Well, I mean, I'll start because I have the cheapest route. So I looked up a couple of kits just for gigs, right? So I don't have to guess on prices. And for whatever reason, these are all Nitrous Express kits. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Okay. From Nitrous Express for $525, you can get a mainline plate kit. It's adjustable from 100 to 250 horsepower. Comes with a bottle and everything. Okay. What you still need is a fuel system for that, right? So for $265 from Nitrous Express, you can order a fuel enrichment. Comes with a little tank, a 1 gallon tank, a fuel pump, and a regulator. Now you do have to provide the little fuel lines in between. And I actually own that exact kit, and it works great. It's fine. So for let's say $525, $800, you can add 250 horsepower to your car. Now that being said, you still have to tune that junk. You know what I mean? So, and if you want to throw a purge kit in there, under $1,000, you're looking at $915, $920 with a purge. Yeah, the Turbo Malibu, that's pretty good. I'm not against that. That's actually my future plan, just so anybody knows. So everybody knows. Okay, those are all 4150 kits, right?
Right.
You want to do fuel injection, $475, same deal, goes up to 150 horse. That's for a dry kit. So I'm sorry, $625 for a dry kit for a fuel injection car. Now you do have to tune where your injectors add more fuel when you do that, right? So keep that in mind also. Instant free horsepower, if you run it right and do it safely, it'll last a long time. So it's hard to argue with Nitrous being the best bang for your buck power adder, right? Downside is these are $80 a piece to fill up, 70 to 80. So,
And how many times can you make a pass with like a 150 shot, a 200 shot?
like I know with the 250 shot, you can make like 4 or 5 passes normally.
Yeah.
150 shot is probably 5 to 7, something like. And it all varies a little bit, right? So
about $15 a pass.
Well, I mean, yeah,
$80 to fill a bottle.
Yeah, ish.
Shit.
Compression on the new motor is going to be like 10.8 to 1. It's a street motor. I mean, it's going to be a pump gas deal. I am going to run an extra fuel cell with 110 when I run the nitrous, though. So I just did. The guy building my motor, he wanted me to run the 85 so we could have like a 12.5 to 1 deal. I told him I didn't want to run the 85, so I just gave away 60 horsepower. But whatever, it's a street car.
So $15 a pass to run nitrous.
I mean, depending, like on the small block in the wagon, I was 100 shot, 100. Well, I think it mathed out to be like 115 shot with the jets. Devin.
Babies
picked up a lot. I mean, I dropped a second and a half with 115 shot. You know what I mean? And that will last 7, 8 passes at least. And my numbers could be off a little bit, guys. You may get a little bit more, you may get a bit less. I don't know. That's just roughly that's where you're going to be.
It's like say you get 8 passes. It's $10 a pass.
Okay.
How many dollars a pass does it cost with a turbo?
Okay. Well, now you're getting into how much money you got into it, though.
Now
Yeah.
it's
You're in a
now
nitrous
it's
kit for
your
$1,000.
Well, here's the deal. You can get a
Purge and
turbo,
everything.
you can get a turbo kit for $1,000 too.
Oh
Or-
yeah, but it's not going to work out as well as that nitrous kit.
Or $30,000. It's so
Exactly.
wide range.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at Fro prepped up. 351 Windsor turbo kit, 76.75. 1650. That deal's all there.
That's also a used kit you don't know anything about. All the nitrous stuff I priced brand new.
Yeah.
Like I said, I found my nitrous kit for $200. You know what I mean? I'm in my nitrous way cheaper than $1,000.
Yeah.
So,
So-
Stoney said they spray. They're a little bit more than $15 a pass.
Really?
So yeah.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties.
Oh no, he's dropping out.
Sorry, technical
Oh.
difficulties.
So
1650 minus the, what'd you say it was for, what do you got in your, you got like $400 in all your nitrous stuff? Standalone fuel system.
No, I got 275, 265 in the standalone fuel system, which I don't use anymore because the Holly does.
Well,
it
yeah,
now.
but you did okay. So 1650 minus the 265 for the fuel system, and then minus the what? What'd you pay for the kit?
For my kit,
Yeah,
it was like $200.
minus $200.
Yeah,
1185 divided by 15. So 80 passes, and your cost is flat.
What?
Well,
I'm not sure where you went with that. Walk me through it.
so this kit minus the cost of the nitrous kit, and you're at 1185. So it costs like $0. I don't have to recharge my turbos.
Okay, so this one still is missing a carb hat. So you're gonna need a carb hat. So
All right, let me put that back up.
yeah, put that back up. So you're gonna need a carb hat.
That's right there.
Oh, it says no carb hat in the ad.
It does.
Oh, okay, my bad.
And then now you're also
I just made something.
then you're also going to need a carburetor, a blow-through carburetor. So let's add all that back. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So now where I would do the turbo, if I was starting out fresh, I like turbos probably.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying,
It would
can't
take-
really, the startup cost, you can't beat nitrous.
No, you can't beat nitrous. And it would take a couple years for me to catch up with the cost.
Yeah. Aaron's right. Magic 10, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
So for the turbo, you're saying that you're going to be in it for cheaper in the long run.
No, I agree with that. John's right. Nitrous is expensive and it runs out quick. You don't have to refill your turbo. I get it. I agree. But you still got to figure in tuning on top of all that stuff to make it right and to make it last. And then you run the cheaper stuff. There's going to be failures for sure. I mean, so was nitrous. You mess up on nitrous and there goes pistons. I mean, I don't know. All right, Fro, go ahead and let's talk about Supercharger for a second because we can talk about
the really expensive option.
Yeah.
The really expensive option. The 671 roots type blower. That's $3,000 and you're getting the intake. You're going to have to buy the snout. So you're going to wind up more money into it. But
we're back to the point. This is for a drag and drive car, and that's going to make a lot of heat.
That's going to make a lot of heat. I agree.
And I know plenty of guys do it, and they're successful doing it. I get it, but
It's
That
for
would be
sure
my
gonna look the coolest.
yeah, for sure. I don't know,
Probably-
man.
It's probably going to sound the coolest.
Look at that.
Yeah.
See, but what does all of this come down to? You look at these 3 pictures, and what does this all come down to?
They're all Chevys.
Well, that too, yeah. But the biggest thing that you take from these 3 pictures is this is all about looks and to some point. You know, nobody wants to pull up on the drag strip and have a flat hood. I mean, if you want turbos and you want to hide it and you want to go for that sleeper look, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But these guys are not doing it for that.
No, that's your car show guy coming out in you.
And I agree 100% because I did not look at this as a drag and drive thing. I looked at this as it's why do they sell male enhancement pills? Because the women didn't complain. The men make fun of each other for not measuring up. So they're like, throw a blower on it, cut a big hole in the hood. The temperatures are bad, but let's face the facts. If you run it at a low PSI, you run it as just a supercharger that's putting out enough boost to give you a little boost, right? A little charge up. If you're running it like that, then honestly, drag and drive becomes bracket racing with a cruise. I mean, I don't have to beat Doherty. All I have to beat is the guys that are in my class.
I don't like where you're taking this.
And I understand that. And I knew you weren't going to like where I was taking this, but that's where I'm at. I mean, honestly, if I'm running the 12.0 class and I need 8 pounds of boost, you don't have to worry about your intake temperatures at that point.
I think Devin Jones has been hacked. Just saying.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Devin's been hacked.
No. Yeah, and Kyle brought up a good point. He's talking about
And
centrifugal. He's talking centrifugal now. He's talking about a Pro Charger. It's a little different. Way less heat than a Roots.
At that point, yes, you're keeping a flat hood. You're keeping it looking like a sleeper. You're watching aerodynamics, stuff like that. But like for me, the reason I wanted to look at Supercharger is because it is the coolest looking thing that is on this list. Nitrous, you don't really see it. Now, that being said, this guy's got a huge purge going on. Yeah, he's intimidation
stages of Nitrous.
Say what?
He's probably got 3 stages.
And I get that.
How many bottles does that guy go through?
I'm putting it up here. I don't care what anybody says. Right, Voodoo? I agree. I agree with that 100. What happened?
We're as confused as you are, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't like where he took that just now.
What I'm saying is, if you compare this to something else, compare this to musicians. Nobody wants to be the drummer. Everybody wants to be the lead singer. And the reason why is because that guy's the flash. That guy's is the one that's out front. If you pull up to a drag and drive and you got a big blower sticking out of the hood, you have that automatic intimidation factor. It's just cool.
I love you, dude, but that's car show stuff.
And I get it.
Drag racers give a shit less. They know the difference. Guys that really drag race, they know the difference. I'm more worried about the GTR that rolls up than the Camaro with a huge blower sticking out that has the wrong converter, so it's chirping the tires every time the cam hits. Burp, burp. That deal's not going anywhere. You know what I mean?
But no, that's why I would look at a blower. You know, Aaron had a good point earlier when he brought it up. There's no such thing as belt lag. There's always going to be turbo lag. You know, with nitrous, there's no lag either, but you're just not going to be able to get to that same level.
Yeah. Oh man, that's why this show is interesting, because the whole perspective side of the title. Like me and John, I think we're expecting a completely different conversation.
And I understand.
No idea we would be talking.
I'm good with it. No. Go ahead. Sorry, John.
I had no idea we would be talking about boner pills. I would have studied
I mean,
differently.
I was gonna grab a nitrous bottle and crack it open to be like,
Yeah.
"Get free nitrous," and then I realized that would cost me $9. So I'm not gonna do that. I gotta save this junk.
That's
So
funny.
But no, you knew I was going to come in here with
Yeah.
with more of a car show outlook,
and that's
than
fine,
anything else.
but for just bear with us on this deal.
No, go ahead.
We got a drag and drive car.
Uh huh.
We're trying to make 600 horse
Mm-hmm.
with our stuff.
Say you're a 1250 guy and you want to run 10s. You got one of these options to take.
So that we're trying to sell it to the guys, to the people listening, right? Even though I don't necessarily, if I had my choice, I'd probably go turbo. That's my, but I have all the nitrous stuff right now,
Yeah.
and where I'm at, it's cheap.
Pretty solid, easy button to hit.
Good. And with the new motor, even without the nitrous, it ought to run pretty salty. You know what I mean? So, John is this far away from doing something with his car with nitrous, and I hope he does. It's going to be a monster. Yeah. He does. Stone Cypher's right, 100%. But this is just,
yeah.
For okay, let me just get it for a drag and drive deal. I think it's easier, golly, and I have to defend the nitrous because it's my deal for the bottle. The worst part is making sure you have a full bottle. That's it. Other than that, you drive on the street, you cruise, it's fine. There's no extra heat. There's no extra crazy tuning. You get to the track. If you don't have a computer control to change your timing or change your tune, you pull out the timing light and you bump your timing back, if how much you're running, a few degrees, and then you go make a hit. That's that, right? There's nothing. It's pretty straightforward. Turbo cars, same thing. I mean, I don't know. I just think turbo or nitrous is the way to go, in my opinion. And we've talked about this 100 times. Opinions stink. Opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one. Most of them stink. So.
No, I think you're right. I think nitrous and turbos are the way to go. The reason I went with the supercharger route is exactly the point of what I said. It's going to go more of the car show route with me.
Yeah.
And
Kyle brings up a point with the nitrous. You put on a button or you ramp it in with the progressor. So I think that fully depends on your car. If you're capable to hit your whole shot right out of the hole, if you're shooting 150 and your car and everything will take it off the hit, that's the way to do it. But when I first got mine, I had big dreams. I was going to run a little bit more of a shot, so I bought a Nitrous Express little progressor. Actually got it used too off a marketplace from an older gentleman that took it off his car to go. Took the nitrous off his street car because he kept on getting whipped by a turbo car. So he went turbo and sold all his nitrous stuff. So I got his controller for like $75.
Did Doherty drop off?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Let me back. But
oh crap, I just straight kicked him off. I hope he logs back on. Sorry, Doherty. I apologize. It wasn't my fault. No, I will agree with you 100%. Nitrous is the best way to get into this on a budget. Nitrous is the easiest to install, the easiest to work around. I agree with you. Turbos, more labor intensive, but you don't recharge the turbo.
Good.
Yeah, share that if you would. Superchargers for a drag and drive car, inefficient.
You don't have to have the mullet. It just helps.
It just helps.
Yeah.
Which I think that's awesome, by the way. Just to be clear. It's really cool.
I like the roots type blowers. I like those cars when I see them. You know, you don't really notice a turbo car until somebody has the hood off. You don't really notice a nitrous car until they're purging at the line.
I think it depends on what group of people you're talking about. I think everybody likes the visual, look of a blower, or, a turbo sticking out of the hood, or, the old Cletus McFarland special. That's all awesome and fine, but I don't think that's so much intimidating anymore because there's so many shitbox street cars that will just wear your dragster out. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. So.
And that's been the thing for a long time is, you go out, you find a LS truck motor, you throw it in a Fox body Mustang, you take it out to the track, you blow it up, you go get a different LS truck motor.
You're starting a whole new conversation now.
I know, but that was the thing for a while is turbos. You would you throw a turbo in LS and it's good. Yes, you can call me Fro Dirt.
We called him Fro Dirt for a while.
That wasn't just good for a while. The turbo LS deal. It's still a thing.
It still is.
There's still plenty of them deals out there.
LS Nitrous deal's been a pretty big deal for a while too. That's not, it's just
there's just do not want to carry bottles. I mean, not that kind anyway.
I said, man, if we're saying everything is perfect and money and your tune is on point and you have nothing to worry about and your nitrous car or your turbo car is not going to chunk the head gaskets out because you turn the boost up, cool, man, that's fine too. But there's downsides to it all.
Yeah,
there is downsides to it all.
Bucket.
I'm not. I'm not.
I'll do it. Bye.
Oh, wow. Oh, goodness.
I've done it with both on the same car. And I'll be honest with you, I bought a brand new Holley carburetor and I sent it to CSU and had them build it. And it was honestly pretty awesome. It did just as good as the fuel injection. I think we all like the fuel injection better.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's so much stuff you can do with fuel injection now. You can set up all these safeties, and I mean, you can make boost come in when you want. I mean, same thing with the nitrous. I mean, there's just so much. The technology's so great. It's a killer. It's awesome, and it can kill you at the same time. We were just talking about, there's so many things that can go wrong to send your car to acting stupid.
Well, and there's certain people that'll tell you that nitrous is a little bit safer because it doesn't, blow head gaskets, but you're still going to have those nitrous explosions coming off the lines. You're still going to have problems that come with adding more.
Every one of them, there's going to be problems. Right now we're just talking like everything's good and kosher. This is fine. You know what I mean?
So what I would probably do is something like what Devin's doing on that Mustang, as far as Supercharger, do a Pro Charger or something like that. Something that stays below the hood.
Yeah.
But in the long run, that's still more expensive than what you're doing. That's still more expensive than what Doherty's doing. And yes, nitrous will melt a piston.
It can, if the stuff's not right. Yeah, for sure. But if you're safe with it, I mean,
me and Doherty figured out a way to do that without even putting nitrous on the car.
You say more expensive than what Doherty's doing? Like literally?
Me?
No, like, did you mean like my car?
I said it?
No, Fro said more expensive than what Doherty's doing.
I don't think I did, but let's roll with it and let's see where it goes.
I was confused by that because it's like those other 200 are a lot easier to pick up with nitrous than they are all motor.
They are.
Like nobody's going to spend the money like NA boys spend money.
The funny part about it all is Bo's going to go nitrous, Doherty's NA, and I don't race. So,
you're getting a turbo. We've already decided. You didn't
know?
Yeah,
that's
how. I didn't tell you?
I'm not getting a turbo.
You're probably getting a turbo.
All right, fine. Doherty has to get a supercharger. I'm on.
I'm sure he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Not a good one. That little weeing job.
Oh no, that won't work.
No.
Yeah, that 172.
Like I said, my plan is to run this nitrous for a couple of seasons, and hopefully everything stays good and healthy. And then I'm thinking going to a turbo. Yeah, there you go. These are not wrong.
That's the only boost I need right there. Just the little Wyand 172 or whatever.
That'd be cute. That'd be good.
That'd be cute.
Sound cool.
Just get right there and twist it like this, get it going.
But if you're not worried about getting to the 10s and you're fine with your 12-second car, like does the blower thing not translate? Does it not seem like it would just be something cool sticking out of the hood? Like
It's all awesome.
You really don't have to outrun anybody. You're just the people in your class. I wouldn't be going up against Doherty.
No, you can say that all you want because you're not a drag racer. When you're a drag racer, you want to beat everybody in your class, and you still want to be faster than all the other classes.
Yeah.
You can sit here and say, I'm just going to go have fun. And I've said this before. I want to go have fun, and I'm going to go have fun. That's a given. Going to have a blast. But I still want to be faster than everybody, or at least be, competitive. That's why driving your car is going to suck this week.
It is going to be slow.
No, here's the deal. We need to get that turned out in. We run you versus you. As long as I run the same number every time, we could be competitive.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to go for. 1680s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Devin, can you really do that? Is that a thing? I'm not a mechanic. I never played with stuff like that. Can you put a Detroit blower on something? Can you?
Yes.
Yeah.
The 471 through 871s were all GMC Superchargers anyway.
Oh, well, then get one.
But you have to go through and rebuild them to do what you want them to do. That's what the downside is.
You just want it to look intimidating. You don't need it to do anything.
You just want it to sound cool. And
I would just gut the supercharger and use it for extra intake plenum and throw a Pete Jackson gear drive on it, call it good.
Yeah.
Like if you're just looking for the noise and the look, there were guys doing that in the 60s where they were gutting superchargers and just using them as an upper intake.
No, I would make fun of you for doing that. I'm sorry.
I get it.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. You'd be okay with it. You could get away with it.
Seen the video where the guy has a supercharger just bolted or crudely grafted to the hood, and when he opens the hood, it's just
yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep.
Timu has turbos for sure. I was looking for a blower.
Well, they got some little blowers. You could buy a whole mess of them and put on there. They look like
a dozen of them.
Yeah.
The little 172 Wien or 142, whatever it is.
The 142.
142. Those little Wiens are okay for like 3-4 pounds of boost. But honestly, they're for looks more than anything else. So
I don't know. If you make 400 horsepower and you run 7 pounds of boost and it's good, you're going to make 550 to 600 horse with that.
You really think so?
Yeah, I mean, if according to math, according to theory,
according to math,
theoretical, 14.7 pounds of boost should double what your motor makes.
Yes, I know. I mispronounced it, bucket list. I'm sorry. It's Wyand.
Wyand.
It's not Wyand. It's Wyand.
Get him, bucket list. This guy should know better.
I should, but I do not.
Anyway.
So Doherty hates turbos. Bo hates superchargers.
Ricer math. That's real math.
According to the catalog, when you're looking at it, like it's telling you that you're going to get this percentage, so you should be good.
Like I said, if everything's perfect and everything's right, that's what it should do. Ish. And we're not here to give you guys any real information anyway. This is just for fun.
Yeah.
Don't listen to a thing we say.
No, we're idiots. Like, as much as we said at the beginning of the show that we're not idiots, we're idiots.
I don't think we're idiots. I think we just like to party.
Well, speaking of liking to party, 4 days.
4 days until the circuit.
You got your Monday, your Tuesday, your Wednesday, and then your tech day.
Well, for you, tech day.
Yeah, I'm going to have
Pre-party
to
day.
show up Friday.
Friday morning is our tech day.
You guys driving up Friday morning?
I don't see another option.
Well, Thursday night's the pre-party.
Yeah, I like to party.
I also like to party. We haven't talked about it. We probably should.
We haven't talked about it. That is correct.
Follow me.
But, I know that I have to work on Thursday, so that will make things difficult for me.
Well,
But
the party's in the evening.
I know, but I may just have to meet you in Tulsa.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, as long as you're okay with driving the Fairlane that far.
Yeah, I don't see why not. We'll see.
Not going to trailer it like a real race car?
No,
Right?
because it's not a real race car.
I hope you guys do make it next year.
I agree. If not, we're going to see it at Mega Week anyway.
I can almost guarantee the wagon will be there next year. Almost. Like 53% sure.
I thought about just driving the Nova to Tulsa Thursday, but there's just going to be a lot of rain, and I'm afraid Sunday it's going to be a guy really wanting to go home in the comfort of his Silverado.
So what is the weather looking like? Let me pull that up here.
Shit.
Well, that's not
Googled
good.
it.
No, Devin, I haven't seen the heat shrink you're talking about, but that's a huge swing. Devin's a team fan.
Yeah, that's all bad in Tulsa.
Wow, 90 millimeters to 12 millimeters.
Well, it's a big swing.
Son of a biscuit.
Hey, Lunar showed up.
Gigs, there you guys go. Like, we have an intro, and so does he. And this is it.
I came home early today so I could work on the intro, and I got prepared and got everything set up so that I could do a whole new intro, and then I fell asleep on the couch.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Old.
Yeah. Like you wouldn't believe old. You should have heard all the noises coming out of Jimmy's shop last night while I was trying to run wires, and it was
I worked with you on your car last Sunday. I know those.
I know.
Did you get all your stuff done?
Talking about me?
Yes.
Fairlane.
Yes, you were there when I finished it. I apologize. I thought you knew that. Yes, I got everything taken care of. Everything is set up and ready to go to make it through tech.
Does it have seat belts?
Yes, it has lap belts.
I just panicked. I was like, holy crap, does it have seatbelts? Because that's a thing. Okay.
Does it have to have anything more than lap belts?
No.
I mean, if something happens, you can just open the door and run along beside it.
I'll just get out and run and walk away while it's going. Hey, I will crap my pants in front of everybody if I got there and run like a 1380.
Oh, yeah.
In his car, but what just happened?
I'm not saying it's impossible because I know how that carburetor was tuned, and it wasn't.
Yeah,
and that's talking to Jimmy tonight about the car before we went live. You know, there were some questions that he had. There's some things that he wants to take a look at while he's there. He's going to make some changes on the tune. There's a good possibility that he's going to take a look at some things I may have screwed up along the way, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
All that said, there's still no damn chance that thing runs 13s.
No.
Not
I've
even.
never drove the car before, but I'm telling you right now, it won't. I hope it does. Be awesome.
Like I think 13s is well within reach. You're talking about minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. But no, it's the pre-party's Thursday. We'll be doing Tech Friday. We'll be racing Friday. We'll be back to Mocan on Saturday, and then back to Tulsa on Sunday.
Yep.
Assuming this weather doesn't hold up that they're showing us.
Bucket list, if he picks up 47 horsepower with timing and jets, he will have doubled the horsepower.
Easy now. Easy. Dang.
There we go.
Go ahead, Bo.
Maybe.
I got a trailer hitch. I can just pull you faster.
There we go. Oh, geez. I wanted to share that. Anyway.
But no, the Fairlane will be ready to go. The Nova's ready to go. The wagon is postponed for another day.
Yeah, Matt Wagon's fine. It's great.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It looks fine.
We learned today that the not the tub, but the lid, I guess we got to build to go over the fuel cell back there and battery. I thought it was gonna have to be like 5 inches tall, but it's not. It's gonna be about the same as the other lid that John built for the other side. So that's cool.
I think we were thinking that it was going to have to be that tall because we were trying to get the fuel pump to where it didn't hang any lower than the factory.
Right. Yeah.
I got thinking about that after you left. I think that's where we were at. We were trying to get that where it was the bottom of the fuel pump was on the bottom of the pan and mounted level with the bottom of the factory fuel tank.
Yeah. Well, I've told you guys this before. I'm very visual. That's why if I'm doing stuff, like if I'm doing fuel system, I have to lay everything out, put all the fittings together, lay the lines out and check. You know what I mean? I have to see it. I can't just I can draw stuff out. I can write it down and that helps, but yeah, just call me Fred.
I think it should be a class. I think the guys who didn't get their plan A done, I think they should have to push it down the track. Let's see who wins.
Wagon rolls pretty good.
Wagon rolls pretty good.
So
those that know me well know that I have a hard time walking because I have a knee that is just shit. It's been worked on several times. The last time I dislocated it coming out of the bathroom at a Buffalo Wild Wings, and it like went completely haywire. And the doctor that looked at it said, "Yeah, there's nothing left to fix. We're just going to be." So, like, I get a pretty solid limp going on if I've been walking much. I was at the track Saturday, and somebody come grab me. "Excuse me, sir. Can you help us push this car onto the trailer?" And I was like, "Man, all-time strongest guy in the world."
John's looking around for me. Man, where's Bo?
I'm like, "Where's those Bo?" No, but that guy will. He can push some shit.
Barking up the all-time wrongest tree.
My gimp ass walked over there and helped push the car on the trailer. It wasn't bad.
The wagon's not a monster truck. It's just really high on jack stands right now.
Yeah. Got it up there nice and easy to work on.
Yeah. I can sit underneath there, crisscross applesauce.
How about Bucket List's opinion on this?
We've had this conversation, and I'm with you. It's a weird debate, though.
It is a weird debate because there's people that sign up for these dragon drives not even knowing what car they're going to drive.
Yeah.
They got options. They just know they're going to get in and fit in. And that
my whole problem with the Plan B deal is like,
Plan B better be cool.
Fro's car's not even, and he doesn't want to be. That's why Fro's car's a cruiser. You know what I mean? And my deal is I would rather bow out and let someone with a race car get in and try to do it.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. The only reason we decided to do this, Fro was going to take his car anyway, and he was going to drive. I've already paid for this deal. I'm going to be grandfathered in next year no matter what, I feel like. But we're all going to be there. So we're just going to roll with it. But honestly, bucket list, I feel the same way. I would rather have someone that's been working hard and has their junk ready to go actually get a spot.
And we have had this debate on previous shows, and that was, I believe, the opinion you stuck with back then was,
and I still feel that.
Those Plan Bs should get out of the way for those Plan As that are ready.
Unless your Plan B is still somewhat of a street, like a quick street car or something that a hot rod. Let's call them a hot rod. Hot rods don't have to be fast. At least it's a hot rod.
Yeah.
Then I'm cool with that. But this year, I wasn't going to go take my daily driver truck, which is faster than Fro's car. But
my damn sight.
But I'm just saying, I'm not going to take it. I wasn't going to. I was going to show up, check in, and hopefully some other people showed. I mean, I was actually going to call Narcs and let them know, hey, let someone else take it until we came up with this idea to take the fair lane.
If you have a Plan B, your Plan A could have been faster.
True.
Yeah, you got to focus all your dumb money into one spot. Get as good as you can get.
Yeah.
Plan A was a Falcon. The 41 was a Plan B. Both cool.
As long as the Plan B fits the spirit of the event. It's a famous phrase that we all like to use.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, and I agree with that.
It's always going to be a problem talking about Plan Bs versus Plan As because you're right. Plan Bs should get out of the way so Plan As can go racing.
Yeah.
That being said,
a lot of attention.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be something we can do out there, and at some point during that weekend, I'm going to be in Daisy Duke shorts and a cut off tank top, and that's not appealing. I'd rather have some cool cars out there, but
that could suck on Sunday.
That could suck real bad on Sunday.
You might just want to wear a white T-shirt and make some more money.
And it says, "I was in the pool."
And I'm going to throw it out there. There were some compromising positions I wound up in last year. Not happening this year. It's not happening.
He says that now.
If you guys want compromising positions, go hit Narcs. He's new to this.
He says that, but we all know that $20, $20.
Aaron, this is what I'm talking about. I agree. That's fine. You're bringing a hot rod, even it still fits the spirit of the event. At least you're not bringing a rental car.
That's the truth. Jimmy's on.
Sunday. No, that's Saturday. Sorry. Sunday, high of 57 in Tulsa.
Ooh.
So I'm going to have to wear a jacket. I get it.
Friday, 61 and 80% chance, 87% chance of rain.
That's a high percent.
That's a really big number. I'm definitely not going to be needing slicks.
No, not at all. But, wow.
All I'm saying is this. Y'all laughed at me because I installed a heater.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a heater.
Going dark for a second.
Okay. Going dark for a second.
Going dark.
You want me to drop you off here?
No.
Okay.
See, Saturday at Mocan, high of 50, 78% chance of rain. This is going to be awesome.
This year might be a long skirt.
A long skirt. How about a short skirt and a long jacket?
Jacket. Yes. Voodoo.
Is there any marketplace? I'm bored.
Oh, good God.
Yeah. You'll be able to hang your keys on them deals.
Oh man, got the Farrah faucets going on. Okay, so what's on Marketplace?
All right. How about 6140 Econoline pickup? $7,200. Good solid truck to start a project. Decent body with one repaint, 170 cubic inch straight six. Engine with 3-speed column shifter. Engine starts and runs good. Blah, 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 blah. If you want to read it, go back, pause the episode, read it.
Says he decided to move on from it because he's more of a hot rod guy. Apparently, he's never seen a hot rod Econoline pickup.
Yeah.
They can be pretty tough.
Slide that motor back far enough to pop wheelies and call it cool.
You got big tires.
This one does not.
Go. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's okay.
This is a vehicle that I like, but I wouldn't leave it alone like that and just drive it around.
See, and that's kind of where I'm at.
This is one of those cars that you got to do stuff to.
Would you small block swap this thing?
Motor's going in the back.
Swap it.
Or scoot it back like John says we got to do.
It's already sitting right between the passenger and driver's seat.
You know, I get that.
I don't know how much further you can go back.
I seen a big tire truck getting certified one day. Motor was pretty far back.
I would put it back far enough we could put a bench seat there.
So would you do the straight up stubby bob thing with it and just put the big block in the back and run a V drive?
It would basically be a mid-engine.
What defines a mid-engine? How is it not a mid-engine already?
The engine's not in any different place than it would be on a regular truck chassis.
Just the body.
They just move the seats forward.
Huh?
They just move the seats forward. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. I mean, I bet the number one spark plug is about, actually, if you can see it, it's about the second cylinder is about in line with the control arms with the axle. Sitting right over the axle.
That's a straight axle truck, so it doesn't have control arms. But
yeah, you get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
It's sitting in the same spot.
I agree. Leave the 6 in it, lower it 4 inches. Lunar, it does not need a power stroke.
I could see some patterns on this deal.
I agree.
Some patterns, some lace.
I agree.
I really like the color. I'd like to find something else redeeming about the whole deal, but I can't.
It's a straight truck. It would be a great starting point.
Oh, no, 100%. All right, moving on. Next.
Board.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Ford Ranger Splash. $3,000. Or $3,500. Just whichever. No trades. Truck does pass emissions. Rough country leveling kit. I never got around to installing.
I didn't know that they made a Splash with a 93 Splash with a 2.3. I thought all the 93 Splashes had 4-liter V6s.
I think there was, I don't know. Let's see if it's really even a Splash.
My 93 Splash had a 4-liter V6.
Yeah.
5-speed. All right. Looks just like mine when I bought it.
It really does. That's the whole reason I picked it, was because it looked just like your old one.
Mine was nicer than this, though. But this was also a lot of years ago. This was like 98 when I bought mine. And so it was only 5 years old, 5 or 6, maybe 99. But it looks just like it, same color, everything.
5 years old and 30 years old, way different.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm on a mini truck kick here lately. I don't think that's a Splash. I think they swapped the grill and the bed. I think you're right. All Splashes had V6s in them.
I thought they did. I don't know. I thought the first Splashes these years, I thought they all had 4 liters. Now later years, the Splashes, they had put 3 liters in. I think 100% don't know. Not for sure. It doesn't have. I can't tell if that's the splash graphic on the side or not. The pictures kind of suck.
I don't think it does.
I don't think it is either because it would say splash. So,
But I think it'd be a good one for a small block swap and throw that rough country leveling kit away and drop it.
one firm, but one. Hold on, this is interesting. 1d6 so. Huh.
I'd say
I know when I had my splash, they made I don't remember who it was, but they made a blower for it. Just a bolt-on supercharger. And I wanted it so bad, but I was so young and it was like $4,500. I didn't have that.
That's all the dollars.
Yeah. When you're working in the deli at a grocery store, you don't have that kind of money.
a BBK blower?
BBK made the blower.
For Aaron, I know you're our Australian viewer. Yes, this would be the Ford Courier in Australia.
Yeah.
I don't think they had a Ranger over there.
If I knew you were going to do this, I would have sent you a picture of mine to compare it.
They look very similar.
No, mine after I painted it and lowered it and put wheels on it and blah, blah,
Yes.
blah. Yeah.
I was going to go through this on Wednesday and I forgot. Final marketplace of the night.
1980 Mustang GT hatchback 2-door, $2,500. Complete roller setup for drag racing, ready for your engine and transmission. Moving is not allowing me to finish this. Clear title in my name. Set up for 351, True Track 88. Painless harness. All the wiring is there. Most of it's labeled. Holly blue pump, fuel cell, battery located in the trunk, 8-point cage. It's welded in, not a bolt in. Drive shaft loop, welded subframe connectors. Masterline axles. She is solid. Radiator with electric fan, 200 amp alternator. I have motor mounts and training cross member. Without seeing it, for $2,500, that's a lot of car.
Yeah.
Unless it's just total junk. I agree. It is a lot of car.
Another Fox body.
Kyle's not a fan of Fox bodies, apparently. All right.
Oh, good and ugly. Nice.
Yeah.
But it is a solid car.
100% worth $2,500.
Yeah.
Now there is no dash in this car. You can see it in the picture of the roll cage. So it's not going to be
a car.
It's not going to fit into your street class. Because I believe you have to have a factory dash for that, don't you?
Yeah.
Does it have to be a factory dash or a dash?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I'm really asking. I don't, because I've read that rule must have dash, but I don't recall if it said factory dash. And thank you, Griggs, for clearing that up. I wasn't for sure. But here's my next statement. Why the hell buy a Splash if you're going to have a 2.3 in it? At that point, you're paying for wheels and a sticker.
That's the truth.
The 4-liter was the reason to get it. He was a bad dude.
Lunar, I believe that I was set to Denver, Colorado when I pulled this one up.
He said, definitely didn't pass on that one. Every 35-year-old street racer's dream. Yep, that's true.
But no, I thought this was a good car for the money.
No, it is. That's good.
I think it is.
Yeah. Not as good as the other one we found not too long ago for $1,750. But
yeah, but you won't let me share that one because you're still hanging on to it.
It's got to be gone by now. If it's still on, I'm going to talk to John and we're going to go halvesies.
Let's go.
All we need is another car.
We'll scoot some motorcycles over and shove it in here.
Hey, that would be the start for a cheap car challenge car.
Yeah.
100%.
Be the one.
Yeah, because your motor, trans, fuel system, and it's done. And which I know that's a lot, but it's got everything else.
I think the the hard part, if you want to go very hard, is going to be fuel system.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no cheap way of doing that. And you can't be good and cheap with fuel system.
You want me to share my fuel system story with everybody real quick?
Please.
Oh, yeah. That's just hilarious.
I bought an A1000 fuel pump for my father and son out of somewhere in Texas. I'm not going to say their names, where they're from, but they buy, sell, trade hot rod parts a lot. It's not their main jobs, but they do it a bunch. They got a good reputation, blah, blah, blah. I did my research. A1000, we come up on a deal. It was a good price for me. I bought it. I guaranteed it to work. I get it in. I have it on the shelf, 2 months?
Yeah.
Finally go to start. I'm like, okay, now we need to get the fuel system set up. So I have it out and I'm mocking it up, like laying it out like I was talking about earlier. When I left John's house last Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, last Sunday, I said, hey, I'm going by Aeromotive this week to drop my fuel pump off, because for $50 they'll go through your fuel pump to test it, make sure everything's good. John goes, well, here, take this one. And I think it's Stoney's fuel pump, actually.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
He goes, here, take this with you. Have him go through that. And I said, cool. He handed me this fuel pump in a box. And I go, geez, so what's in this box, man? And he goes, an A1000. And I go, oh, okay. Is there like a bunch of fittings or something in there with it? And he goes, no, it's just a fuel pump. I go, man, that's a lot heavier than mine. Then he goes, it's the same weight as any other A1000 I've ever owned. And I said, okay, well, whatever. Didn't think anything of it. Left. Next day, I go to box up my A1000 because I'm about to go to Kansas City the day after that. I take the fittings out of mine and look in there. There is no motor in my A1000. It is just what Aeromotive called a sleeve. Nothing in it at all. So call the guys. They were cooperative, but they didn't believe me. They thought I was trying to get one over on them, until finally I always have people send me pictures of the tracking numbers of the whole receipt. So I started out talking to the son, ended up talking to the dad. He didn't believe me one bit. He said that fuel pump came off my best friend's car that I know was a running driving car. He just got bigger fuel pumps. So he had 2 of these on his car. I said, man, I'm not trying to get one over on you. Showed him a picture of the screen of the screenshot that his son sent me of the tracking, and it weighed at just over 3 pounds. I said, man, you go weigh any A1000 that's 6 pounds. He's like, he literally said, holy shit, you're right. I'm sorry. Believe it or not, they gave me my money back. I'm shipping the sleeve back to him. Yeah. So
I bet his buddy ends up with a sleeve up his ass.
I messaged him the day he sent me money. I'm like, you want this back or what? And he said, oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm assuming that's where that fuel pump's going to go, or the housing is going to go.
Yeah.
So I got lucky. I lucked out. The sellers were cool and they were honest and they made it right. But man, that doesn't happen very often, I feel like. I even told the guys, like, you guys could tell me to kick rocks and there's nothing I could do. And he's like, no, we're not going to do that. We try to run business the right way. So, yeah.
Voodoo Cadillac's on Monday night. All right. Well,
I'll tell you about my connecting rods next week.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I almost had a short block Tuesday. Anyway, I don't now.
All right. Well, there's a good chance that we're not going to have a show next Sunday, because we're either going to be on our way home from the circuit or still awaiting Doherty to pick up his trophy at the circuit.
Hey, have faith, brother. We might be on the podium. There you go. Yeah, Fro and I, we're going to take Fro's car in place of the wagon.
Go back to that slide. That was a good slide. For those that missed the early part of the show.
For those who missed the early part of the show.
Let's see here.
Let's see if
we 100% plan on going live a few times during the circuit, but we're not going to promise anything.
Boom.
Boom.
Show them the original picture. Can you do that?
The original picture is
bam. And then, bam.
And then Doherty will be in the Nova.
God, that's a good looking car.
She's a beaut, Clark.
She is something.
It's Mike Honcho.
All right. So we'll be at the circuit. We're planning to go live a couple times. Good chance we will not be here Sunday at 7:30 like normal. But, we'll be back the week after that, most definitely, to discuss our crazy ass time we had at the circuit.
I'm trying to figure out if the wet roads are going to make the rolling burnouts better or worse.
Better till the trailer gets involved. We're going to be in U versus U, Aaron.
Yep. So we'll see how the weather plays out. We'll see how everything goes. Bo, you got anything you want to throw in this before we lock her down?
Like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends. And hey, don't tell your friends if they're not cool like you, though. I don't. You know what I mean?
Only tell your cool friends.
Listen, we are definitely an acquired taste.
Yeah.
I get that, but pretty cool. Not really. We're a bunch of dorks.
Doherty.
Everybody love everybody.